Good evening, all. Welcome to Cloud Training for Enthusiasts. I'm your pilot again, Osatoame Patrick Aigbogun, and today we are going to be doing strictly lab on Terraform. Last week we talked more about Terraform. We did a little introduction, then we defined Terraform, then I explained what Terraform is used for, what infrastructure as a code is basically used for. In relation to DevOps, one of the things I did not mention that I think maybe out of too much of explanation that I didn't really go a little into it. One of the most important usage of infrastructure as a code is automation. Automation means designing a system that can automatically do something on your behalf. Are you getting me? And also repair, update, restore, destroy, create, automate. So that with just one code, you can do everything. That's one of the most reason why Terraform has found a very good fit in DevOps. So if you are creating 5 instances, 10 instances, it's easy for you to use the console. But if you want to create instances like 100, like 50, it becomes difficult. You understand? So if you want to manage such infrastructure, say 50, 100 infrastructure, you want to update, you want to have full control of that infrastructure, that's when infrastructure as a code comes to play. I just want to shift that in so that we can have a very complete class. So for those of you that didn't attend, that didn't understand what I'm trying to say, please go back to our last class and you will get to know more, so that when you come back here, you will be more ready for the class. So we have talked about the language, we talked about the pattern, we talked about the features, we talked about the usage, we talked about the parts and the type, the parts, we're talking about the file, the state file, the .tf file, the Terraform file. I think there's also a Git Ignore file, which I did not have. Git Ignore. Git Ignore is basically for if you are into more of programming. Git Ignore is mostly used to protect files that you don't want to share in your Git repository, so that in case you mistakenly commit that file, the file will not be added to the file that will be in your repository or in your public Git account. You understand? Because there are some secret, Mr. I hope you can understand me. You know what I'm trying to say? There are some secret credentials that you must not enter Git. You understand? So you are to secure it. So for you to tell the Git repository, I get the mechanism to say, okay, so file here, please don't add it. Don't share it. Ignore this file. That's when you create a Git Ignore file. It's like when you want to create it is .git ignore is the directory. It's like it's a file. It's not really a directory. It's a file. It's an extension.
So that would just be an extension of that file.
And it's just a file. That's the name of the file. .git ignore. It's a file. So any file, anything you put in this file, you create and you put inside this file. Whenever you are uploading it, you are sending it, the Terraform Git will not upload. It will not commit such file along. But it's always advisable that immediately you create your Git, the first time you create your Git, your repository, before you even initiate, you understand? Before you click Git init, you understand? Before you initiate that directory, before you initiate that directory, you create a Git Ignore file. You understand? So that Git Ignore has the intelligence to understand that this file, every link, every directory mentioned in this file should not be added. So you can list a file, you can list an extension, you can list a directory. You understand me? So such directory will not be added. So I just want to ship that in too. So it's not part here. So
Okay.
and let's also, there are many things that I'm trying my best not to make it too complex for all of us, some of us that are new. But no, there are some things that you cannot just take away. You have to just mention it. Okay, now we are talking about lab today. This is lab. And these are the major command. These are the major code you use for Terraform. You know, just like the way you use Git, you use Terraform in it to initiate your environment. You allow the Git to look for the file, the extension, the everything needed for such Terraform infrastructure to be deployed. You understand me? It goes to the provider, it takes the provider, takes the resources, analyze the resources you want to do, and pull the dependency into your system. Then when you say apply, he is now talking to the infrastructure you want to do. So we are going to say then play today. So yeah, Terraform destroy, Terraform reset. We also have another one, Terraform validate, Terraform reset, then Terraform state list, Terraform refresh, you know. There are so much. Then we have Terraform show. You show your resources ID. Then I have a notepad here that has almost all the, you
The
understand,
commands.
all the commands. I'm going to share it. FMT, console, graph, import, login. This import is used mostly to, if you have an infrastructure that is already existing, that has been created in your public cloud, you want to replicate that infrastructure into your system, you use Terraform import. You understand? You will import exactly those, although it's not that direct. You have to configure your import file. I think we will do one lab on it to just look for a, maybe somebody call you and say, okay, this infrastructure is already running. We just want you to have this infrastructure in your system. You understand? So if you know, you cannot be asking him, what is the VPC ID? What is this? So there's an extension, you get it from the GitHub, an import extension, you install it on your system, you pull that ID, you understand me? Then
Mm-hmm.
then you now configure your system. You configure it to the extent that it will not tally with exact infrastructure, and it will link the exact infrastructure. So it's going to ask for some security clearance, you know, some credentials to really know that you have access to that resources. You understand? So you're going to ask you all those things, you fill them in, then at the end of the day, you are good to go. So we have show, we have state, we have tint, we have untint, we have version, you understand, everything. Those are the basic code. So let's move straight to our Terraform. In our last class, we talked about how to install Terraform, how to install VSC code. So VSC code by now should be installed in your system. See, this key that I'm putting here, this access key that I'm putting here is not a valid access key. It has been used already. I've already removed it from my system. You understand? So, but we are going to use another access key today that we have created. Before you can have an access key, you know, we also talked about creating an IAM user that will have the rights, the permission, the policy to make use of, to create that instances, that infrastructure you want to deploy in your public cloud. We are using public cloud now because we are talking about AWS. So we are talking about those public cloud. Maybe you want to deploy a database, you want to deploy an instance, EC2 instance, or you want to use Docker, ECRO, or you want to use Kubernetes, you understand me? K8s or EKS, you understand? So that user must have the permission, the express permission to use such resources, or else it will not work. You understand? Because you are going to use the access key of that person, of that user. You understand? To do. There are sometimes you also need to configure some rule. So that the instances will have the role. Maybe if you're talking about Kubernetes, now you know we are talking about Kubernetes. Kubernetes is about having a mechanism that can help you manage your Docker. Maybe you have 5 Docker here, 5 Docker here. You have an application that can help you manage those Docker. Are you getting me? Automatically to deploy, to replicate, you know. So that is the mechanism of Kubernetes. So if one instance is going to be controlling another instance, so that instance that is going to be controlling that instance should have the role and the right to control other instances. You understand me? So you have to attach a role to that instance. So we're going to talk about that. So, but for now, what we are looking at is how to create a simple Terraform EC2 instance, a simple Terraform EC2 instance. So it's so simple, and we are going to use one simple file. And this instance we are talking about, I just want Terraform to deploy an instance. Are you getting me? In each AWS US West. Are you getting me? I'm going to this. Then I am saying you should use this AMI. It should give me count. Count means number of instance. You understand? Should deploy like number of instance for me. Then it should also, so I can tell me, and then I say you should use this key, this access key. You understand? So I'm not telling him to create the VPC, to create subnet, to create a gateway. But if you are doing a solid, you want your infrastructure to be safe and secure. You understand me? You are going to be deploying your VPC by yourself, just the way we used console last time. You understand? So I already have the code, but I just want to start in a very complex manner. So if you are with me already, I want you to, in this part, we already created an a user, and we're going to use that user key that we've already created. You understand? After this class,
to you?
the one you sent to me, yes, because my instance is going to be deployed in your own stuff. I can decide to create, but I just don't want to be wasting. Let's work together as a team. You know, it's about teamwork. DevOps is about teamwork. Agile methodology is about teamwork. So I think we can work together. Can we? Can we? Can we, sir? Can we work together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So whatever thing I deploy, you're going to
together.
help me to confirm it. Okay, now let's go. No, this is my Terraform file. Okay, do you know, for the sake of this class, I'm going to move my file to an empty folder, so that we'll see how Terraform works. You understand? From the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. Let's go to a fresh folder. Okay, I have a folder here called Terraform project. I have so many Terraform work already ongoing, but I'm going to use this one. Let's create this folder. Let's call it Terraform LAB. Lab. So that's the folder, the Terraform LAB. Under this Terraform LAB, is it a file? Oh, sorry, it's a file created. Okay, let's create a folder. I don't want this folder to be on a complete folder. Let's create a folder. Let's call it Terraform LAB. Labs. Okay. I've titled it Terraform Labs. That's the folder. So in this folder, we are creating a file. Let's create a file. Let's call it Terraform. Let's say lab 1. That file, that folder, that file we copied just now, we can paste it here. Sorry, I already have a file already. So I want to just copy that file and paste the file there. So that we no need to be. This is the file. I'm copying this file. I'm pasting it in that Terraform lab. Where's the Terraform lab? Is here. I'm pasting it here. So here now in this folder is only Terraform file that you have. You understand? So, but depends on how you do your configuration. So we only have Terraform file, meaning we've not done anything. It's just clean. It's just like a normal file. I can send you this file too to also put in your system. You need the file, Shay? Let me send you the file.
Yeah.
Let me send you the file. You can just create an empty folder. Okay, I'm sending the file here. Paste. Will you be able to paste the file?
In the chat.
I wanted to paste the file in the chat. It will not paste the file. So let me copy this thing. So what you will do, create a file, .tf. Paste everything I'm sending here to the file.
So that would be Notepad, right?
And create a notepad and save it as .tf. Or go to VSC code. You see this VSC code? Create a new folder in VSC code, and click here. This one means file. Create a file, and copy these things I'm sending to you now and paste it in the file. But when you are creating this file, create it as .tf. I've sent it to you. Any file name you want to do, create it as .tf. You understand? So .tf. That's what makes it a Terraform file.
So that folder now will be .tf.
No, the folder will not have a dot now. The folder does not have an extension.
I have a folder here.
Okay. Then create a file under that folder and name it what you like, but let the extension be .tf. Then this thing I have, copy everything and paste it. Now I'm going to replace this access code. It's not the best practice. You're not supposed to put an access code inside a TF file. An access code is supposed to be, let's just do best practice. Let's do best practice. I think let's just do best practice. Let me call this access .tf. So since that one, now we now have two files inside this place, Abi. We have cloud, we have, so I'm going to copy this access. Only this access, I'm going to copy it, I'm going to cut it and paste it here. You understand? Then I'm going to create a Git Ignore file under here, Git Ignore, paste it. Then I'm going to mention it here that it should ignore access.tf. If you notice, immediately I say access.tf, you see access.tf now is no longer highlighted. Can you notice it? Do you see?
Yes.
So any file I mention here, it will no longer be available. If I say cloud, I mention this is cloud. Okay, I say cloud underscore ETH, Abi, ETTH double T TTH dot TF. If I mention that, automatically it's going to have this file. You see, both of the files no longer highlighted, meaning that if I mistakenly commit this folder, this file will not be included. Are you getting me? I know this is not the Git class, but I'm just trying to say a little more. I can create a folder, let's call this folder US, and that is a folder. You see, this is a folder called US. I can come to this Git Ignore, and mention it. I will say /us. Immediately I say /us. You see, us is already off because I'm already saying / means it's a directory. You understand? So this / means it's a directory. This means file. So you can say this 3. But if I remove this / you can see that is back. You understand? But if I put it again, us, automatically, so Git Ignore. So I've created a Terraform file. I made it in a way so that my access key is is different from, so I may decide if I want to share, and I can share my infrastructure to anybody without having the fear that I've added my security key to it. You understand? So I'm going to paste my security key here. These things are basics, but as basic as they are very, very important. So we come here, take your complete key, you paste your key here, then you paste
the key that I sent to you.
Yeah, the key you sent to me. Then I paste my. If you look at this structure, it started with a quote. It must end with a quote. You understand? Because I'm declaring it. You understand? I'm declaring. See, I'm declaring. This is my these are my parameters. These are my credentials. So I'm saying in AWS, the provider is in AWS, a public cloud, AWS. The region is going to be US West. Now, access key, it didn't ask me for the account name or the account details, because he believes that if I can have this access key, I have those credentials already. You can see, they are all in straight line now. I can decide not to make it straight line, it will still work. That's the advantage of Terraform. If it's Ansible uses YAML, yet another makeup language. The indentation, it must be in line. You understand me? But for Terraform, I can decide to put this line here and put the other line here. As far this block, you see this beginning of the block and the ending of the block, they are all in together. It will see this as one file. So is that intelligent enough? You understand? So, but for me, I like my work to be neat, because it's good for your work to be neat. It makes your work more. It makes people make people read it. In case you want to comment, you can also comment. If I want to comment, I can come here. Sorry, I can come here and comment. I can come here and just put hash, and I will now say access security. I can say admin, admin user, IAM, admin, IAM user. So what I'm trying to say is that the owner of this key is an admin. So if it's an admin, he has the right, you understand me, to deploy any resources. So that is it. So this is it. So in case I have anybody that is not an admin that want to deploy, I can say DevOps team. You understand me? Can put DevOps team user. So you see, it's green, meaning that the system is not going to notice this file, my comment. You're going to see as nothing, but it's going to read it. You understand? So that's how to comment and stuff. You can also comment multiple lines and SQL. They can use a white card. So let's go. Have we done it? Are we done here? Have we reached here? Then, are you with me?
Own?
Yes. Don't do your own.
But you said.
So I'm going to comment. I'm going to comment this part out. If you look at it, to comment, you press Control. If you want to comment many file, if you want to comment many role, press Control /. You understand me? If I do Control /, it's on comment. If I do for Control //, you understand me? It comments. So if a block is giving you issue, most time when you want to troubleshoot, what I always do when I want to troubleshoot, I go to block by block. I comment all of them out, especially if I'm using a single file to deploy my resources. You understand? By the time I comment them out, I run it, I will be able to know the particular block that has bugs, that have issue. You understand? That's how I do my own. So you can adopt another way. So to comment a whole boot file, it's going to be difficult for you to be doing one line. I'll be commenting one line. So you just align all of them, press Alt Control press // you've commented everything out. So for me, what I'm saying here, you look at this infrastructure, I'm saying deploy T2 medium, 2 of it, deploy T2 small. I can say deploy T2 small, yeah. You understand me? Small. And I'm saying 3. So if so this particular one we deploy just 2 medium, why this one we deploy T small? But this sample key, do you have a sample key in that user we created last time? No, I don't think we have a sample key. No, that's not the key gen we use. You know, so
No.
send me the key name. The key name we use in that for other use that region. You know, key is region based. Understand me? Please help us to check if the region is in US.
Username, right?
Eh? Not the user,
Username.
not the username. The asset, the key pair, the key pair.
Access key.
Yeah, secret access key. The name.
I think I sent it along with the access key ID.
Let me check. I'm not sure. No, not that access key. I mean the key pair for creating instance. That key pair you create whenever you want to create instance.
Oh, that's a sample PEM.
Yes, is it sample that PEM file or PPK?
Yeah, PEM.
That's the name.
Mm.
Is PEM the name?
Sample.pem.
Is it sample SAMPL?
Yes.
Okay, SAMPL. You're going to delete that key after this class, please. .pem. Okay, because if the key, if the AWS this Terraform goes to your profile and did not see anything like sample key, it will not deploy. You understand? So you have to be sure. Then you said is sample Perl, Abi? Sample.
Yeah.
Now, which region did we create that this thing? Which region has this key?
I think it's in US.
Canada.
Sorry, Canada.
It should be Canada, Abi.
Mm.
Canada is okay. Let's see it. Share your screen. Let's be sure. I wouldn't want us to waste time here. Go after now. We are going ahead. I'm pausing. Click this US, this region, and click the region. Let's see the
This region.
yes,
This one.
yeah.
This
Yes,
central.
yes. Click it. Have you clicked it?
Yes.
It's supposed to drop down. You've not clicked it. I'm not seeing.
Yes, it should drop down on my side here. Maybe
Okay.
you didn't see it at your end.
Do it again. Let's see. Okay, I know what is going on. Do it again. So what is the name? What did it show there?
Canada Central.
Spell the way it's stated. Can you just write it? I can't see it drop down. Okay. CA Central 1, beautiful. Now open your EC2. Please hurry up. Let's be fast. Open your EC2. Have you opened the EC2?
EC2.
Open that EC2. Let's see your key pair.
This is EC2.
Are you sharing now? I can't see your I can't see your screen.
I've already shared my screen. It's shared already, unless if I stop
Okay.
it.
It's not. Can't see it. Maybe you didn't share that
Okay.
particular part.
Stop it and
Okay, share.
click
Yes.
share again.
Beautiful. Go to key pair. See key pairs here under network and security. Click it. Key pair. Beautiful. We have, see, this is the name of the key pair. Oluseun. Please, after this lab, delete it. It's
How
Oluseun.
will I delete it?
You just click that key pair. You just go to action, you delete. So
Okay.
now let me share my screen. Stop sharing now. Let me share my screen. Wait. Okay. Go back to that your EC2, please. Go back to that your EC2. Share your screen. I want you to see something. Go to your screen. Are you there? Share your screen. Okay. Now go
It's
to that
already shared.
EC2. Go to your EC2. Let's see if there's an instance running. See, there's no instance running,
There's
Abi.
none.
Or click it, open it down. Okay, so we are going to be deploying instances. There's no instances here. So as we deploy, you're going to help us to confirm. Is that okay? So
Okay.
let's go. Stop sharing. Let me take it off from here. It's Oluseun Abi. That's the key. So I will come here. Let's get it. The key pair is not sample. It's Oluseun. It's very case sensitive. So you must use it the way it is. Understand? You must spell it the way it is. They are case sensitive. Okay, now this is the key pair. I say launch a T2 medium and a two T2 medium, two T2 small. Okay, let's start with one. Let's not rush it. Let me comment this one out. Control /. Now, I'm also saying this thing means output. I'm telling the system after you have launched the instance, show me the public IP address of the instance. You understand? So I use a white card here. So show me the IP address of all the instances and show me the IP address of the instances. So it's two instances I'm creating, but for now, let's comment it out. So let's not rush. Now, I'm not saying, all I'm just saying the system, look, you see how simple as this code is. You see, this is just the code 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can decide to put 10 here, 10 instance. So immediately I click now, what I'm going to do now, let's start work. I'll first of all say Terraform init, enter. You see, look at this folder. You know how many folder we created? It's just we just created 2 files and one init, Abi. You understand? That's what we created. So, oh, where is it initiating? It's not here. Sorry. Okay, sorry. He did not create. He didn't say anything. You know why? Make sure that whenever you are doing anything, you're actually doing it in the folder. So how do you do that? It's 2 ways. Either you come here, are you getting me? You click open integrated terminal in this folder. You understand? Or the other long route, not cut, you go to another terminal, maybe a GitHub terminal, then you navigate to that place. You understand me? You can even come here and say, you can right click. I think you can right click and say open. You understand? So you can decide to say git view history. view file history. So you can decide to do anything you want to do here. That's for GitHub. I'm not using GitHub. So I can decide to come my GitHub here, my Git account, and find my way to that file, that folder. Maybe you understand. Normally, this is what I always do. I don't like coming to VSC code. I like working through my GitHub because I'm in desktop. You understand?
So we have two options to use VSC code or
a VSC code is just like a normal Microsoft Office, just like a Microsoft where you used to edit your file. You understand me? This place is like your terminal, like CMD, like GitHub, like your Git badge. This is a terminal. So you can decide to create your file here. Are you getting me? You can decide to use this GUI to create your file. But whenever the thing is that whenever you want to work, make sure that your terminal is in the same place where your folder is. You understand? So the most easiest way is that you right click when you are using Terraform, when you are using VSC code, you right click, you go to open in integrated terminal. When you click here, automatically this terminal here will open in this place. If you look at the extension, you see the extension, user Terraform LAB. We are in Terraform LAB, Abi. You can see the extension is already in Terraform LAB. You understand? So now, if I say Terraform init, so we rest assured, you see what it's doing now? Is finding, if you look at this file, take note of this file. You know, we only created two files, access.tf and cloud.tf. You understand me? So this Terraform now is going to first of all look at this AWS to pull all the dependency that AWS needs. You see it now, it has pulled it. Install it, HashiCorp AWS 3. You understand? The latest version. Because I did not mention the version you should create here. So it's going to pull all the latest version and pull it in this file. Take note of this folder that we created. You see, to pull all the file and more extension dependency here is creating. Then we also go and validate this key if it actually belongs to AWS. You understand me? And all the dependency you also needs, you will pull it. You look at it and it has created what now? What have we created? Okay, it's T. See, you can see it has created .tf .terraform file. You see, if you open that the Terraform file, you see Terraform provider AWS 3. This. You see, he has pulled the resources we need for Terraform here. You can also see this place now, terraform.log.htl. This one normally prevent also you maybe committing. This one also protects your commit. If you look at it, it's both all your file and your security details is locked here too. So it created two file .terraform file that house a folder, the Terraform folder that housed your Terraform provider. Then I created another folder .terraform.log.htl. Before you have to create this thing manually, but latest Terraform will create it for you automatically, just to protect your folder. So now it's telling me that everything is ready. Am I ready to do now? He said, you may now begin working with your Terraform. Try running Terraform Plan to see any changes that will be required in infrastructure. All Terraform commands should now work. Why? Because it has provided. What did he use in providing it? He used this, my folder, this one, and this one. So if I had more provider or more resources here, I need to do init again so that they can now go to that AWS and search for all the dependency for such infrastructure to work. So if I now say Terraform Plan, what you will do now is not particular about my infrastructure to see, okay, what are we going to do in this plan now? It will now look at this whole place. So because I did not declare my underlying infrastructure, maybe my VPC and everything, so it's going to look at that your own AWS account. If it has default VPC, public default VPC and public, it was going to put it in public. Can you imagine? Look at the 10 resources. So it will analyze everything. You see, I'm here. Your infrastructure is with you. See, look at what he said now. He said it's going to add 10 infrastructure. No change, no one is going to be destroyed. If you look at what he analyzed, you can see. Let me open this thing so that you can see. Let me raise this terminal up so that you can know. So you see, I'm taking my time to do this because you need to know what is going on. So this is what is going to create. See, Terraform will perform the following actions. You understand me? In AWS, it will use this AMI. Are you getting me? It will create ARN, we create public IP, we associate public IP to it. At that CPU, it will create a CPU thread. You understand me? It will also check the data password, host name. You see all these things it's doing. You're going to look for IPv6, IPv6, the key name. Oluseun, you understand me? We have already created a key name. It's not going to monitor. It's after apply. So if you look at it. So most of the things I did not declare is going to create it by itself.
By default, okay.
See, secondary private IP, security group. You're going to use security group. You understand me? It's going to use subnet ID. You're going to use tenancy. Default, you're going to use VPC security group ID. Everything is going to be default because I did not mention it. The EBS is going to create EBS, but it's telling you that it does not know now what the name is going to be. You understand me? Because I did not declare it. You understand me? So after it finished declaring, they will not have an ID. So I was okay. See the work of a Terraform. So I will now say, okay, I heard you. Then if I now say, okay, Terraform apply. If I'm comfortable, I will now say Terraform apply. Normally, if I say Terraform apply like this, it's going to ask me, it's going to tell me what is going to apply, and it will tell me yes or no. Watch. Despite he has already analyzed everything, he has already planned everything for me, but it's still going to run through the code again and tell me, am I ready? Am I sure that I want this infrastructure to be deployed? I will say yes. But there is a way you can do it before, so that it will not be prompting you every time to be saying yes or no. Is /auto /apply. And that's auto apply. So auto apply. You understand me? Not /. Then it will not be asking you this to just work. So immediately I say yes. So I will now go and rest and be looking at your infrastructure. So it's telling me there's an issue. The key pair that we mentioned does not match. Invalid key pair.
Why?
Because why? The region that I state here is not the region that the key pair is. So I want to update the region, which is Canada Central. Key pair is region based. It's not global. So I must be in that region to use the key pair. So now I'm ready in that key pair, in that region. So let's try it again. Terraform apply. This time I want us to use /auto no space approve. Then enter. So is this saying what? Flag Not defined. What is it saying? The invalid key pair. Okay. The reason it could be now that the key pair, the spelling may not be correct.
The spelling is correct.
Okay, the spelling is not correct. Said AWS line 12. Line 12. Where is my line 12? In this place. The AWS Oluseun is not known. So an invalid key pair not found. The key pair in Oluseun. So go to that Oluseun. Is it the capital letter? I told you it's case sensitive. So share your screen. Let's correct it. I'll pause. Let me pause this video. So since our AMI is correct, our T2 is correct, our key pair is correct. So automatically we start deploying infrastructure. So go to share your screen.
It's already shared.
Okay, beautiful. Go to EC2. See how many instances running now?
10.
So I can decide to be manipulating be automating your infrastructure from here. So immediately finish, I say you just deploy 10 now. I can increase to 30 to deploy 30 for you. See, all of them is running. See, all of them are T2 medium. Are you not surprised?
Wow.
So imagine if you are to deploy this by yourself. You know how many hours it will take you? Fine, I know if you want to start instance too, you can also put 20 there. But you have to create security group, you have to create, you have to be doing all those things. You understand? So, see, I want to do another magic. Watch. Share my screen. Let me share my screen. Okay, don't worry, keep sharing. Don't worry. Let me share my own screen. Okay, now I want to do another magic. See.
Can I stop sharing now?
No, don't worry. Leave it. Don't stop sharing. Keep sharing. So, look at what I want to do. I want to
see your screen.
Can you see my screen? Okay, stop sharing. So you can see my screen. You can see my screen now, Shay?
Yes.
Now what I want to do. You see this another instance, this is another set of instance. Another block. You look at it, it's like building a house. This block started here and ends here. Now I want to copy the same block that we did before. I want to copy it again. Watch and paste. This is the block, Abi. I want to duplicate this block. So oh God. So if you look at all the things you have deployed, that's what you just stated there, the ID. So I want to do more. Control C, and Control V. This time I want to make this one macro.
So what's between micro and medium? Is
the capacitor of the processor. You understand me? Some of them comes with GPU, that graphical processor unit. Graphic processor unit. Some of them have an embedded storage. You understand? So many things. Some of them come with single core like micro now is single core. I think medium comes with 2 cores. Some of them depends on the type of the processor. This one is talking about the processor. This one is talking about the operating system. You understand me? This one is talking about the store. So this is the processor and the operating system. I did not declare memory. So it will use the default memory, which is 8 gig. 8 gig SSD. So now, I want you to look at now. I'm saying deploy another 10 using T2. Watch what is going to happen. I did not touch this. Watch. I'll say Terraform apply, approve. You see what it's going to do? It will deploy another set of 10, but it will not repeat this one.
So which means this macro will override medium.
No, the medium will still be there. This one is telling me, what is it saying? 21. Okay, I mistaken. Maybe I type something I'm not supposed to type. Okay. Now it said the name is the same. I have to change the name. Let me call this one lab, because they must not have the same name. You understand? The instance must not have the same name. AWS instance, but they will have different name, or else it will not work, you know. So say the names are correct, the same. So I've changed the name now. So it's going to create another set of 10. Normally, you see, since I'm applying this same document, I think it's supposed to create another 10 again here, another 10 again here. So this Terraform is very smart. You understand? So it will look at your infrastructure and see if this one is there. The one that is there, you see, is refreshing the first 10 that is there. You understand? It will refresh this one that are there because they're already there. But this one that is not there, it will create. So it's creating this one. So you refresh this 10, it's creating another 10. If you go to share your screen now, let me stop sharing so that we can see your own screen. Let me stop sharing. Let me see your screen. Refresh. If you reload, you see that it will create another 10. This running instance, pull it out. You see, how many you see here? 19.
You create 19 is running.
One is going, that means 19 is running, remain one to create all the 20. So you can see how simple automation is for AWS for using Terraform. Mind you, it's not for only AWS alone. You can use it for any public cloud infrastructure. Yes.
So we can use it for
Azure, OCI, IBM, any infrastructure. You just copy the provider name. Make sure you copy the access code and access key. Terraform will be doing the remaining ones for you.
Even the format of the code is already there.
It's the same, but it's not like the same name. You know, they have different AMI. I will tell you.
Yes,
maybe
I know. The format is there, just like pseudocode.
Yes, just like a pseudocode.
Just need to change the
beautiful.
parameters.
Yes, just change the parameters and the name. What you just need to do, go to Terraform site, just click EC2 Azure. It will give you an example how the infrastructure look like. So you just Azure? For the Azure, you just copy it, put it in your system.
So the one we are using
is for AWS. And so you just copy Azure and do deploy. So you don't need, but you need to know one solid cloud provider so that you know the kind of the idea, the kind of infrastructure that the application needs. You understand me? You need to know what this application is going to rely on, the kind of port you will need. You understand me? The kind of all the things you need, the kind of VPC. You understand, all those solid. If it needs a gateway, you can also use it to deploy your DNS. You understand? All this infrastructure, database. Can use to deploy database. Can use to deploy in Kubernetes. So when you understand the infrastructure they need, then you will not table it, go to the provider you want to do, look for it from their documentation, copy, paste, update, then apply. That's it. So you don't need to know all public cloud. Just know one very good. Like for me now, I'm very, very good in AWS and OCI. So I'm still learning. As I'm talking to you now, I want to start another series of certifications. Last certification I had is this year, 1. So I want to update. I want to know what's the latest trend. So I'm going to go back to studying again hard by God's grace. You understand? So that when you want to design your infrastructure, you know what is the best practice. It will help you so that you will not be vulnerable. Now, if you refresh, then you see it's 20. It's 20. So
you can also delete all these instances from the
simple.
Terraform.
Let me just tell you how to delete. Just watch me. Stop sharing. Let me share. This is what I want to do. You see that instance you just created now, as if I just put 0 here, either I put 0 here or I comment this one out. If I comment it out and I reapply this playbook, it will look at line 28. Okay, it's telling me this thing. I'm not this block. It said I didn't finish the comment. I should comment everything, including the beginning and the end of the block. So if you go back to your what I just did now, just comment. You know, we did 2 infrastructure. So I only just look at it now. If you go back to your infrastructure, you will look at all the infrastructure, and the one that I delete, the one that is no longer there when I'm commenting, when I'm applying to delete those infrastructure. Go to your infrastructure now and see. You refresh, you see that it's already deleting, destroying those infrastructures. You see? So even this infrastructure that is here, if I want to delete 5 out of it, I don't want to specify the infrastructure that it should delete. Maybe I want to delete all of them, because our next class I'm going to be going specific how to customize, how to delete a particular VPC, a particular instance. You understand? So that you can delete, you will not just be, because you know what we are doing now. If we are, Jesus, please hold on. I'll call you. Hold on, please. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Go back. Sorry, you are sharing. What we are doing now, you see what you just did now, as simple as that thing you did, can cost somebody's job. Can cost.
What did I do?
What we just did now, see Terraform destroy. We just omitted and we reapply that infrastructure. What we just did now is risky. Even as simple as it is, imagine if we have an application running in those instances. Just imagine, and they are on top of a load balancer. You just destroy it like that, and there's a downtime. Forget about you. So many things will go wrong.
If that didn't happen, what can somebody do?
It has already been destroyed. What you just need to do is to create another one and start configuring them. So you see, as sweet as it is, that's why it's also very, very, very sensitive. So if you say you are an automation engineer, you must know how to protect each server. We'll call it a life cycle. I'll tell you that one, how to attach a life cycle to each server, so that somebody cannot just wake up one morning and delete all your infrastructure. You know what I mean? You put a life cycle. That life cycle is that immediately they do everything, for somebody to delete it, the person must go and put a life cycle and say no, and deactivate the life cycle. You understand me? Before deleting. Then if the person can go and deactivate the life cycle before deleting, it's no longer a mistake. It's deliberate.
It's deliberate, yeah.
So you understand?
So that life cycle will serve as a
protector. Protect your instances. So we'll get to that part. But today we are introducing, I don't want us to go fast. So let's go back to our EC2. Let's go back to our Terraform file. Stop sharing. Let me share. Okay. Now, look at what I want to do. I want to reduce the instance. I'm not specifying anything, but I want to say reduce the instance to like 2, 3. If I did not apply, nothing is wrong, nothing has happened. But the minute I say Terraform auto approve apply, what it will do, because I did not specify the instance, you understand me? He will just randomly pick anyone and destroy 7. You understand me? Pick any 7 and destroy it. Then you also check something.
So if we run the code twice,
even though you run it 20 times, as far as you did not change the parameters, nothing will happen to your infrastructure.
Okay.
But immediately you alter infrastructure. Let also I'll check something. I'll show you something now. See, we are destroying it. If you go to uncheck now, you see that it's just. If you go to, let me stop sharing so you can share. Then you see that. Go share your EC2. You see, if you refresh, you see that it's 3 that is running. 7 has been destroyed. See, I'm working here. You are seeing the effect over there. So let me share again. I want to do something. So let's go a bit. Now I'm changing. Look at this infrastructure. I did not do anything. No, I always come here now to change the type of processor to micro, or let me use small. You understand? If I change this AMI to another AMI, it will destroy it. If I change to just this micro, there's a way you can configure it. You say, okay, this micro I'm creating, don't destroy this one yet. Make sure the one I'm creating is created before you destroy this. There's a way you can set those conditions. But for now, let's forget about. By the way, yeah, what I just did now, I just changed the type of processor. Now, if I say apply, you will see to destroy that 3 that we have
and create another one.
Create another 3. Let's go. You see refreshing state is refreshing. It's refreshing 3. Then it will destroy. So modifying. Okay, this one has the capacity to modify. Before, it will not modify. It will just destroy first. So what is going
destroy?
Before it will destroy, but now it's like there's a new upgrade. You know, Terraform is working on it every day. So what it's doing to me now is not destroying it, it's just modifying the processor. So it's still okay. So Terraform now. So nothing will happen to your instance. But if you check your instance.
Deleted all the 3.
Has it deleted the 3?
Yes.
Let's go back. Let's share. Wait.
Nothing now.
They will be offline. Open up.
It's already open.
Okay. Click that instance running. Click that place. No, not that here. This place. This on top of clear. Yes. Instance running. Cancel it. Cancel that cross sign. Click. You see. You see what it's doing.
21.
21. No. Those are these instances that you have created so far. So you see what it's doing now. You see what it's doing. It stopped the first one. It created another one and modified it to micro. Scroll down. You see that modified it to micro. The small that we created before, okay, to small, Abi. It has modified it to small. So the medium, we destroy the medium. Sometimes, but this one, it didn't say it destroy from my own end. It said it just modify. That's what he's saying now. See, he said it did not destroy anything, no. You only make changes. So it's the same instance, but just that it changed. So let's do something more. Let's put, what should I do now? Let's increase it to 0. If I put it to 0, you know what will happen to your infrastructure?
It will delete everything.
Beautiful. So no need to try that. So you already know that. Okay, now let's put the time is still up now. Okay, now let's go to second stage. What should we do now? We can decide.
Deleting one by one. Kind of deleting at random or deleting everything. If you have a particular instance in mind, so how can you destroy that?
I'll show you that, but let's not go. You have to define it. I'll show you that, but that one is not for the class for today. It's the class for another day. But that one we'll talk about custom. That will be custom work. I don't want us to go into custom work now. Let's do all general, so that by the time we are going deep, we can be going deep gradually. Or else, if I go down, I come back, because I'm going to be mentioning some things that may affect our flow. You understand? So I wouldn't want that. So what I want us to do, let's try and pick it up. It's simple. Now it's also very simple. It's a single line. Okay, now let's you see, the only thing that can also help us, you see this part, see this output. You see this output here? Let's open it up. Control this. Now I say output instance IPs. Then I said AWS instance cluster IP. Understand me? 1 public IP. Okay, look at the instance. AWS instance. That's what I declare here. So I said all the instances, their IP address, I want to know them.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. All the IP address of this instance. So this is how you do it. AWS instance dot clusters, meaning all these clusters. Dot AWS dot wildcard. This thing means wildcard. It's called wildcard. Dot public IP. Now our instance, is it no, it's called master node. You understand me? So I'll come here, instead of me to call this thing clusters, I'll call it master node. You understand me? Because we are not using clusters, we are using master node. So come to master node. I'll copy here, Control C. I'll go and replace it. I'll replace this cluster here. So I say, give me the public IP address of all the instances that I'm going to create under this when provisioning this block. So the block is AWS dot master node, which is the name of the stuff. Are you getting me? Then, so what it's going to do, watch, this is what it's going to do for me now. When I've defined that, this dot wildcard dot means all IP. You understand me? So I'm not specifying the IP because I don't know how many IP I'm going to have, because I'm using count. You understand me? I'm using count. So if let's say I put like 50.
It's going to create 50
and
instances.
give me all the public IP address of the instances. I can decide to say, give me the output of the instance. This is for of the instance public IP. I can decide to say, okay, let's do one first. Then I'll also tell you another thing. Maybe instance ID. You understand me? This is public IP. I can say, let's do this one first. Okay, now what is going to happen is going to create your instance now. It's going to create 50 instance. How many I say you should create? 50 instance.
50.
I'm going to list all the public IP address for me. So if you don't want, if you don't want, hello?
Hello?
Okay, if you don't want the system to apply changes, but you just want the system to just provide something for you, you don't need to use apply. You use refresh.
Refresh, okay.
So if you use refresh, Terraform refresh, what it will do is that it will refresh the system and give you the information you want. For example, if you want to declare some output, maybe you want to check the instance ID. Meanwhile, when you were creating it initially, you did not tell the system to give you output. But now you want to use the system to give you an output. In that case, you have to refresh the instance, Terraform refresh. After you have stated it in your playbook. You know, this book is called playbook. Your speaker is not working properly.
Hello?
Can I hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Maybe it's from your end.
Yep, it's better now. Can you hear me now? Beautiful.
Yes,
you can hear me. So because now you see, I'm going to give you an instance. That's why I want us to build it gradually. I can rush this class in 2 hours. We are done. But my dear, I'm preparing you for a real life work. So it's not beans. I want anywhere you go, whenever you are talking, they should know that yes, you are grounded. Not like you just do and just run come out. You understand me? Say I can do Terraform. I can do Terraform. Understand? So now you say I've created. If you go to your, let me cut down. Go and check your own stuff. I'm stopping my share. You share your own. So instead of you to create instance and be looking, you now log into your console and be looking for the public IP address so that you can use it to launch.
This one from the.
You can just get it from the Terraform file. Yes. Like if you are using Ansible and Terraform, most times when you are working with Ansible, you need the IP address of the instance you want to push. Maybe you want the system to update, to run update for you. You understand? You can want to just use Ansible. Ansible will request for your IP address. You understand? So what you just do, you just copy the IP address and use. Maybe you are using Prometheus. You understand me? Prometheus is mostly used to monitor instances, and you need the public IP address. You understand me? So no need for you to just be going and not going. AWS. For example, you want to check 50 system, you be tired now. And then you log into the first one, you copy the public IP address, you copy second public IP address, you copy third public IP, you just be tired. But meanwhile, as you are doing that, you are doing it, before you get to 20, somebody already have 500 IP address. You say you're not competent enough. You understand? So refresh, you see that how many? 68. Wow. 68. How many did I declare? Let's close.
50.
I declare 50. I declare 50. So it's going to create, you're going to create 67, 47. Let's go. Okay. Let's go back to my, let me share. Let me share. Let me see what I declared. Okay, I declare 50 instances. So I'm supposed to have 15 instances running. You see all the IP address. You see all the IP address. Can you see all the IP addresses?
Yes, I can see it in the
All of them. Because I can get a public IP address, I can log into any of these instances, any of them with SSH, with that key. So all you just need to do is just to send me that key. If you send me the key, I mean the PEM file, understand me? So I will change, I will get the ownership by using change mode. I'll use this and update them. So that is for this. So I think you see the advantage of output. Okay, now let's use that refresh. I'll use that refresh. Let's declare, let's go to output. I'm also going to add another value to it. Let's say is the first value, Abi. Let me add another value again. Value is equals to AWS. This time I'm not asking for public IP address. I'm asking for ID. Or let me ask for VPC ID. So anything I'm asking is going to give to me. Let me ask for private IP. Let me first of all ask for private IP. Come here. Just say private. Private IP. If I click Terraform apply, it will still give me. But I don't want us to use Terraform apply. Let's use Terraform refresh. Because I want my system to be safe. I don't want to mistakenly delete. So he's saying argument value was already set. Are you getting me? Each argument may need a set of only one. Okay, what I will do, let's do this. Control C, Control X. Let's create another. Wait, it said each value must. This is private IP. Let's do something like this. Let's activate this. Let's call this 2. I also use master node. Let's call this private. Okay. I don't want us to use instance ID. I don't want us to use instance ID. You see what it's doing? It's refreshing all the instance instead of applying or destroying. No. So that it will be safe this way. All I will just need to do, Mr. Patrick, please, we would like to know the public IP address of all the instance or certain instance or mostly distance. You understand me? Or I did this. I want to know the public IP, private IP address of it. What I will do, I'll come here, declare the output variable, the output and the volume. I will refresh the system. If I refresh, what happens? It will only give me the output. So I can decide to call it different output. This is output 1, output 2. I can decide to call for any of the variables I want. You see now, You see all the public IP, you see the private IP addresses.
Yes.
If you go up, you see that public IP address are here. Then you now give a space, the
For
beginning of
the
a block,
instance.
and start private IP address. So I can decide to call as many as I can call as many this thing output. Let me call another output. Which output? Instance ID, Abi.
Can both be in the same block?
It did not work. I tried it before. It didn't work.
Mm.
But I think there's a way we can do it.
So each instruction must have its own block.
Yes, but
separately.
there's a way you can also put two instructions together. I will do that in our next class.
Maybe you will use a for loop.
You can use for loop. I would no this thing I just mentioned now. This thing is like a loop. You understand? It's a loop, but this is a general loop. But you can also use a for loop. But most times, to be on more relaxed, I always recommend you create each instance for different ID, so that you can track it and look at the particular, see, for example, now you see the first block, it gave the first output for the first block. You go to the second block, you see, so that you can track, you can have a coherent tracking of what output. Imagine if the system is giving public, private, public, private, public, private in the same line. So it can be so. I will tell you how to do that one. So what I'm saying is this now: declare IP. So what I would do if I say Terraform refresh, it's saying this name already exists. So this one's going to be the name of this one's supposed to be 3. You understand me? So refresh.
That instance is underscore IPS3 is just a nomenclature.
Yes.
Anything can be there.
Yeah, anything can be there. That's the name I want, the table I want my output to
come
be.
out with the output.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see.
It's not compulsory. I'm looking for instance IP. Like this one. I put instance IP here now. I can decide to put instance ID. No, because this one I'm talking about instance ID. Hello?
Hello?
No, I'm talking about instance ID here. So I'm not supposed to put instance IP here. I'm supposed to put instance ID.
ID, okay. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Just for me to know, so that
identify it when
identify
you are going through the console. Okay.
So that somebody
Is it possible
can.
to output 2 at the same time?
The object does not have an attribute
IP.
named.
Hello?
I can hear you. You said?
Suppose you want to output it in a table like Excel. Is that possible?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think. Because this is not, you're not doing, this is not, what should I call this thing now? This is not like a power, like a Linux environment. This is not Linux. You understand? So if it's Linux, you can
suppose
use
your boss asks you that, okay, get me the list of the IP address. You cannot generate it. You have to get it in a format that is presentable.
Remember I mentioned to you before that Terraform is more like a declarative variable. Meaning you are using Terraform to send a message. fine. The language you are using here is Linux. You understand? But the application you are using is Terraform. So if you want to do that, there's a way you do it. There's a way you remass the output. Are you getting me? So it's okay. Output it into you not declare
Also
the
format.
reader. But I don't think so. I don't think it's that possible. But I will do my own research on it and know if it's something like that. But what is basically
Just look
used?
at it that if your boss asks you, okay, get me the IP address and send them to me. So
You can generate it like this now. If you generate it like
and
this,
send it to him like that.
you can generate it here. You can copy from here. No, this is a Linux environment. You can copy all this output and run your
Okay,
code.
and paste it
Yes,
in the
yeah,
Excel.
yes. Not even Excel, you can copy all your IP here. What you do when you copy all your IP, then push it to a file. Depends on what you are using. If you are using Vim or you are using Notepad, you understand me? Depends on what your environment allow. Or you are using Nano, or you are using Wordpad. Understand me? So anything you want, you think your application can, you can output it, because I told you, we know. Hello?
Hello?
We know that we are using a Linux environment because this is a Linux environment. Can you hear me?
Okay.
This is
Yes,
this environment is Linux. Just like the language we are using now is Terraform. But this environment here you are seeing here is still Linux. So if I say PWD, it's still going to respond to me by telling me where I am. See, it's telling me where I am now, that I'm still here. You understand? If I say ls, it's still going to list the file there. So it's still Linux environment, just that the Linux environment is enabled to run Terraform application. So that's why it's not compulsory to use VLC code to run your application. Most developers, they don't. Most of them, maybe somebody sent me a file. Say, okay, Patrick, where are you? I said, so place. Okay, your system, is it with you? Yes. Okay, I'm sending you a file. Please, right now, update the file. I'm sending you a maybe the person they are using Terraform Cloud. I'm sending you a username and password from the cloud. You understand? Do this and do that. I will not say no. Sorry, sir. Can you send it to me so that I can use my VLC code? It's only VLC code I can use. You don't know what you are doing. No, you just okay, fine, please. Where is the playbook? Is it on your GitHub? Yes. You send you the GitHub. You pull it into your system. Pull it into your system. You run what you want to run. Update what you want to update. Then you commit. If you have the access code, you understand me? Finish committing. You clean up your system. You push it back to your GitHub with the latest configuration. You understand me? Then your team member can also go there and know what you have done and know what is going on. So that is it's just a way of making everybody work together and have fun. I wanted to do more, but I'm getting a bit fatigued. I don't know.
Yeah, let's make it tomorrow. Me too.
Okay.
So before we go, can you delete all those instances?
You see, just simple. Just look at it. Terraform destroy. Auto. I think, do I even need to put auto approve? Let me try auto approve. I don't think destroy have to auto approve. No, it should have. You see what is going to happen now? You see, it will refresh first. We destroy everything. So everything that this playbook creates, it will destroy everything. If I use this playbook to create your VPC, your subnet, your ARN, you understand me? Your anything I use this playbook to destroy. As I said, Terraform destroy. It will look at everything here and destroy it. There's
So
another.
this Terraform can create VPC, can create
Yes, now.
everything.
Yes, now. That's our next
Ah,
class. Our next class. This thing we are just using default because we are into. I'm introducing you to it. But our next class is not going to be introduction, no? Because we are. I know this DevOps, so we're going to be going deep, granular. And we want to know how
okay,
to do a customize, how to even create a basting host, how to customize your application,
okay.
and how to pre-configure an instance or pre-configure a server so that by the time the server is already open, you have already load everything. You have already load
Hmm.
WordPress. You have load everything. All you just need to do immediately, you just finish deploying successful. Just copy the IP address and send it to somebody. Say, okay, your server is up and running. You can do anything you want to do on it. You understand? That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. That's what we're going to be doing. Then possibly, since you have an Azure account, I also have an Azure account. We're going to also run it on Azure. They'll run it on either any of that, either Google Cloud. Create a Google Cloud account. Also run it. You understand me? So that you understand. Remember when we started the training, you were saying you want to do this, you want to do that. I told you all cloud platform is very good, but no, the one that we can really learn and
Are
practice
we
and
going to
use it.
do more of machine learning on this one?
See, there's something people don't understand about machine learning. Machine learning is more than infrastructure. You know what I mean by machine learning? For example,
Hmm.
there's one seminar I attended in AWS. They were talking about personalized. Have you heard of personalized?
No.
Personalized is an AI that you attach to an existing application. You understand? So when you already have an application or you already have something that is already running, that's when you talk about machine learning. It's like you are saying, do you know Azure? Do you know Microsoft Office? Eh? And
Hmm.
you don't have a laptop. You've not bought a laptop. Does that make sense? Can you be learning Microsoft Excel without buying? The first thing you need to do is to buy a laptop, Abi, and set it up. Abi,
Hmm.
when your laptop
Hmm.
is running, you now say, okay, do you know Excel? I will now buy the app and install. That's what machine learning and other things are. Data, that big data, kinetics.
So, which means that machine learning is running on top of these
It's running on
instances.
top of
It's
infrastructure
just
now.
like when you want to install database on the
All those,
instance. So machine
yes.
learning is just like that.
Yes, it's not like that. It's used to enhance, it's used to monitor system
So
machine. You
the
must know
work of
infrastructure first.
it- the work of DevOps is to prepare this infrastructure, prepare these instances. Machine learning is not their own problem to
Okay.
develop.
Not really. Not really. Not really.
Their
No,
own is to deploy.
no, not even that. It's more than that. A DevOps engineer, a DevOps is combination of two people, developer and operation. Eh? Developer, after getting a product backlog, they go back to work and make sure that those product backlog that the customer talked about, that he wants the site or application to have, they do it. When they finish doing it, they give it to you, an operation manager, an operation engineer. Under operation, eh, your own is to
Mm.
carry this infrastructure and put it in existing to carry this their solution and make sure that it's running in an infrastructure
That's for the
operation.
operation.
So we are part of operation, which is under infrastructure. So you design your infrastructure, you tell the system, the owner of the company that we need one server, we need two server, we need one database, we need this kind of RAM, we need this CPU. You understand me? After you've done
Mm.
that, you now carry the application that the developer have done and put it in that. So if the developer did it and they specify that they are going to use some machine learning application, you're going to get that machine learning application and add to it. You need this. You have to, you understand me? But what we are talking about first is infrastructure. After infrastructure, we will now go into operation. That's where CI/CD now comes in. Continuous integration, continuous deployment. You understand me? That's where all those ones comes in. But you must know infrastructure first. Now, developer and operation, they are now putting them together to be working as one unit. That's what DevOps is. So if you are a DevOps engineer, you are operation, you will not say you are just operation. You must know development. If you say you are in development, you won't say you are just in development. You must know infrastructure. You must know operation. We know your strength, but you must know all of them. So that when developer have issue, you can support them. When operation have issue, you can support them. You won't say it's not my work. That's the work. That's the essence. So you can
what
also
is now the duty of a cloud engineer?
The cloud engineer is it depends on how you put it. Cloud engineer is like the umbrella that carries all of them. So a cloud engineer is somebody that either working on an operation, but the basic work of a cloud engineer is that a cloud engineer understands the complexity of cloud infrastructure from the beginning to the end. Meaning you know how a cloud infrastructure look like. You know what is attainable, what can be used to provide a very standard tier 3 or tier 4 infrastructure. An infrastructure that have the availability time SLA of 99.9999997. So like me now, I can call myself a cloud engineer because I actually, in fact, I'm a cloud engineer because I started my career as a data center engineer before going to cloud. You understand? So I understand everything about how cloud infrastructure look like. So I understand SROE, I understand Lean, I understand all those things. I know, I've worked with it, I've run with it. You understand me? You understand what I'm trying to say? So I can also work as a DevOps engineer under operation. So you understand, these are the things. So I think for today we can just stop here and get into
before you go, I can see one show under instance state, one show store.
Beautiful. Now go to, you see this Terraform state. This one, it will tell the system what is really running, what is going on. Are you getting me? We keep all the details. You see this backup, everything we have done today is here. So whenever I deploy, I do anything now, can you hear me? What the system will do, it will first of all come here and check if that thing that I say deploy or apply, if it's here, it will not do it again. But if it's not here, it will not do it. So this is the bank, this is the memory.
Okay.
So this is the memory. If I want to delete all your history, I will just come here and delete this file. If I delete this file, automatically the system is confused. It's going to assume that it's fresh. We will not create another file.
Okay.
So if I want to do something, is to copy this and copy this and copy all this file here and move it on another folder and say init. If I say init, if we cross check all this file, then we know, oh, this is what this infrastructure is.
Okay.
Are you getting me? So that's it. It's also used to import infrastructure. You can also use this to. So now,
that key pair, if I delete it now, if you run Terraform from other side, it will not do anything.
It will not work. It will not create. Yes, that's why you have to delete. After this class, now you have to delete that key pair. You have to delete that key pair. You have to delete that access key and access ID. to secure it for you. After this class, you have to delete it. Delete. Go to key pair creation. It will ask you, do you want to delete the former one? You delete the former one. Delete the key pair. Delete the key pair. Delete the access key too, and create another one.
I'm coming.
So that is it. Go to that user that we are using now. Click that user. You see access key there. Delete the former one.
How will I get to the access?
Go there. Let's do it. But let's just do it. Go to AWS. Go to that. Share your screen. Share your screen, please. We need to do that for security's sake. Share your screen.
I've deleted the key pairs.
Okay. Now let's delete the access key. Let me stop sharing.
To E2W.
Go to that user, the user you created under IAM. No, IAM under identity. No, go to services. Services. See that IAM there. Under security, you can go to your left, go to your recent visited sites. You see IAM there. And just click it. So go to the user you created that time. Go to click user.
User group or
just user, not user group. User. Click the user. See, this is the user we are using now. Olu. Click it.
This one?
Is that the one we are using? Yes, it's the one we are using. Or is it not that one?
We are using.
Which one are we using? Okay. Use this one. Go to DevAdmin. Either one. Let's delete both sides. And click the name. No, click. Yes, click. Security credentials. Security credentials. Go down. Scroll down. You see the access key. No, go up. You see, this is the access key. Make inactive. Yes.
Deactivate.
Then delete it. You already make it inactive, Nabi. Come to this cross sign. Press that cross sign.
This one?
Yes. Click it. Yes. Yes. Delete. Just copy this AK this thing and paste there. Copy from the top. No, another one. Okay, yes. Just copy. Paste. Delete.
So if I deleted it without make it inactive, what will happen?
I think it will still delete. But making inactive is better before deleting. Then you cannot create another one. But I don't want you to create another one online now. So if you want to use another one, you cannot create another one. I'm using. It's just to secure your system.
The second one.
Delete both too, so that to be on safe side.
But this is a user group that are.
It's not related to group. The group give it the right policies, the kind of resources. But this is the key. This is the access of that person. Understand? This is so to avoid an attack called man in the middle attack. Have you heard of the word man in the middle?
Man in the middle. What is it doing in the
Man,
middle?
man in the middle is another attack that internet security do. They'll look out for a more vulnerable admin user and look how they can collect the credentials. So imagine those access key. Now I have it here. You are not there, Nabi. I have it here. You see, I can walk in your infrastructure and destroy and do rubbish without you knowing. So what I can do with your credential is called man in the middle. So you'll be happy that you have your credentials, already have it. So either through phishing or anything. So that's why we have a password policy. I think I would talk a little about internet cloud security in our class. It's very sweet, my brother. God bless you, sir.
Okay, let's make it tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Did you learn anything today?
Yes, how to use Terraform to create an instance in the AWS and
Okay.
to perform some operations and deploy.
Okay. So in our next class, we are going to go tomorrow. I'm going to watch you do it. I'm going to watch you do it. Then I'm still we'll go a little deeper tomorrow. So we have make use of this tool today. Make use of Terraform init, Terraform Plan, Terraform Apply, Terraform Refresh. We didn't do research today. We only do refresh. But tomorrow we'll do validate and other stuff. Then we do
But the lab work that I
you have it.
requested from
I said I'm sending you this lab now. This
no,
document.
this lab, maybe you don't understand what I'm saying. Like, for instance, if you want to create a user, the way you are pointing it to me, press this, so you will do the same thing and take the picture,
Okay.
screenshot,
Okay.
so that when you are not there and when I'm lost, I want to create a user, I want to create an instance, going to that lab material will help rather than listen to videos.
Video again. Okay, I'll try and work on that. That one is going
This
to
one is
be
just like lecture material. So
just like a
lab
guide.
material should be separate, yes.
Okay.
Lecture material will be a kind of, it will look more practical.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. But now
Just screenshot so
I
that
will
you
need
look,
time. I will need time to do that.
I
That's
know
not
it's
something you
time. And it will also help you in your
subsequent classes.
subsequent classes.
Okay.
Once you do it, you only update on it.
Yeah, you are right.
I know this always be when you have the first student will suffer a lot.
Anyway, you
Imagine
ain't
by the
okay.
time you will teach this course next time, those students will enjoy it than us.
It's true. You are very right. Very correct. Very correct. Okay, sir. It's a pleasure. So
So let's see same time tomorrow.
yeah, you see, this is what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to create network infrastructure. We're going to go granular. We
So
want
by
to
using
Terraform.
Terraform,
We want to create load balancer, create security group, create all of them. I don't think we'll be able to finish tomorrow, but when we are done with this, so we'll not be playing in between. You understand me? Either we use console or we use this, but I know that infrastructure wise, you are good to go. You understand? That is my aim. So that we'll now go CDICD and we're rounding up. We'll round up and we'll go. You understand? So it's a pleasure, sir.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, take care.
Bye. Good night.
Yes, sir. Okay. So I'm here again, Patrick Zatomi for Cloud Training for Enthusiasts. Thanks for the lab today. And the lab is long. Perhaps I may share it. I may decide to do a concise class for it. But either way, it was nice talking with having this class. So signing out, Cloud Training for Enthusiasts, Patrick Agbogu. Okay.